to my channel and happy new year. I know it's been a while, but we are back with the new year with a fresh start to give you guys a little insight behind running the business at Shoetique in particular. So for those who don't know me, my name is Kiera Lavinia and I am the owner of Maniac Shoetique. And for those who are returning, welcome back. I surely did miss you guys. So as you guys read by the title today, we're just going to be getting into the top lessons I learned in 2021 as a Shoetique owner, and moving forward how we'll go into 2022. So without further ado, I'm not going to ramble today. Let's get into the video. My top lesson of 2021 I would definitely have to say is content strategy. So when I say content strategy, what I mean is, for example, for the past couple months, since I started up until last month, I would post things on Instagram that I felt that was pleasing to me. The aesthetics of my Instagram, I thought it was pleasing. I didn't have no strategy behind it. I would find something or I would create something and I would post it just to post with no strategy behind it. So that is something that I definitely would say you guys need to don't follow in my footsteps, do differently. So going forward, I did hire a social media virtual assistant to help me out and to kind of take over that field, because that's not my specialty. That's not something that I enjoy doing. Simply because I didn't have a strategy behind it. I don't know much about social media marketing. So I did hire a social media assistant. So those of you who are not at that level to hire someone, I would definitely say create content in advance, schedule your content, business ads, have a strategy behind it, and not just post on social media like I was doing, because that didn't really get me anywhere, to be honest. So just use all your social media platforms to promote your brand, as well as have a strategy behind it. That way you can bring in customers and a target audience versus just randomly throwing it out. I would definitely have to give number 2 to having surprise releases. And when I say that is when I get inventory. At the beginning, when I started Shoe Maniac, I would have a collection I would drop, and then I slowly maneuver away from that into just dropping random releases here, there, here, there. So I did come to find out at the end of the year, when we look back over all our numbers, I did benefit more as in having a collection to release and promote it in advance, so the day of everyone, I had more traffic and more sales that way, versus then randomly dropping on a Friday morning, hey, here's a shoe here, next Tuesday here's a shoe here. It's like a random drop. So I definitely want to just having surprise releases, because it didn't benefit. Number 3, I would definitely have to say that would be setting specific goals. So with me, I do plan things out, but I don't plan it down to the T like I should. So for me, I should have, set those goals down, and I should have went by those goals. But moving forward, I would highly suggest you guys will set those goals in writing. You can have something to look forward to, something to achieve. And by doing that, I would also suggest setting a due date. Motivate yourself to get it done, to get that goal achieved. That way you can, make sure you're not just setting a goal and doing nothing to achieve it. So set an end date to stay motivated, because goals are super important. You can manifest it, you can write it down. That way you just don't think, I want to make $15,000 this month, but you're doing nothing to work towards that goal. So I would say definitely writing that goal down, and what you can do to achieve that goal, and when you need to achieve that goal by. So that works. It comes in handy in the long run. I highly suggest it. Number 4, I would definitely say solving a problem or a need. That is something that I didn't understand at first, but it's something I'm slowly working on and slowly learning. And on my Instagram, I didn't have a strategy, I didn't have a plan. I would literally just post. So my customers or my audience didn't know, they couldn't relate to me because I didn't have a strategy behind it. So creating a problem or a need, I didn't tell my customers or my audience why they need this product, why they need these shoes, or why these heels are beneficial to them, why they need these boots from me and not from any other boutique. So you definitely need to work on a plan to problem and solving. Like for my business side, one month I can have this amount of audience or target audience that clicked on my page, but only half the sales. So my problem would be, what can I do to attract those customers to actually purchase and convert those into sales? Number 5 would definitely be funding business out of pocket. That is the worst mistake I made since opening Shoemaniac. I don't know how many times I can stress this, how many times I can say it, but do not start your business, or if you already started, stop. Do not fund your business out of pocket no more. It's expensive, it's draining, and it will run your pockets dry. As my first video, I did state that you need a business bank account. That is still correct. You also need your EIN to get your business account. That is still correct. So what I did was using my social, my personal information to fund Shoemaniac, and that is wrong. That's definitely wrong. Additional to the EIN and business bank account, you also need to set up a Dun and Bradstreet number. Get your Dun and Bradstreet number, your bank account set up, and all the information. You can start looking into tier 1 vendors to establish and start gaining access to your business credit. That way you can fund your business, and you would not have to come out of pocket, out of your own funds to fund your business, because shoes are expensive. And I have mentioned this before, I'm just gonna throw it back out there again. I would definitely say start off small with your inventory. Again, as I stated before, when I first launched Shoemaniac, I started off with like 12 different pairs of shoes, and you know, each case comes in 12 or 18. So a couple months later, I'm stuck with all this inventory that I cannot get rid of. So I would highly suggest starting off small with like 2 or 3 pairs if you're buying wholesale. Yes, I would definitely suggest buying small bulks of 2 or 3 shoes maybe, and selling out those before getting happy and buying all this inventory and being stuck with it like I was at the beginning. So that is highly recommended to start off small. Don't go above your means. If you think this will sell or it looks good to you, it may not look good to the customers, and it may not sell like you had planned to. So definitely start out small, because it's easier to restock than to get rid of. To number 7, quality photos. That is something I struggled with at first. I'm getting better. I found the direction I want to go in, and I'm tried different things out into something that works for me and something that works for my customers. I'm just gonna throw this out there because I've seen a lot of business boutiques owners, a lot of people do this. They will use their vendor stock photo to place on their website, the social media, and to gain customers. I would recommend you doing that, because a lot of these scam pages do that. So it's really hard to separate what business is real and what business is fake if everyone is using the same picture. It's okay to look at your vendor sample photos to determine if you want to purchase the shoes, but I definitely want to suggest putting that photo on your website, your Instagram, because it comes off very scam likely. Let's be real. Number 8, I would definitely say, and this does go into the other numbers just a little bit, but I would definitely say market your business. So when I say marketing, I mean your social media, your email subscription, your SMS subscription, ads, everything of that nature. Just because you get 0 likes, I definitely wouldn't say stop posting, but change something up. See what works out with you, interact with your customers or your audience more, and you will get a reaction that you're looking for, or your social media will grow. So just keep posting, keep marketing, not every now and then, but every day, and you will see it grow. Eventually, nothing happens overnight, so just give it time and keep being consistent. Number 9 and 10, since they split, play hand with each other, be structure and planning. So when I say structure, I do mean set a schedule and stick to it. Just don't do any of the random things like I did. Set a schedule from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep. Week to week schedule, day to day schedule, quarterly schedule. Stick to a routine and follow that routine. It will play a big part in the long run of how your business will go, and it will make your business run way more smoothly than randomly doing things versus having a routine. Which brings me into number 10 is planning. Something that you honestly need to do before you can do anything else or become successful. You're not gonna become successful on randomly doing things, or you're not gonna see much change. I witnessed that firsthand. That was my biggest struggle, but I have learned to start planning. So I did do that towards the end of the year. I planned ahead for Christmas, Thanksgiving, and New Year's, because I was starting fresh on the new year. So as far as planning, I definitely do want to suggest start planning your Q1, which is January, February, and March. Go ahead and set those goals. The amount of releases you're going to do, collections you're going to do, holiday season, whatever in those 3 months. I would definitely recommend to get on it because it's already Q1 and you want to stay ahead versus getting behind. So I hope this video gave you guys a little insight on what it is to be an entrepreneur, going through changes and constantly implementing new things into our business. That way it can run smoothly. Nothing's gonna happen overnight. You don't have to be perfect. It's really just a trial and error process, and that's why you learn from your mistakes and you do better from your mistakes. That way you can continue to grow and change. So I'm super excited for what's in store for 2022 and what I have for you guys. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. That way you won't miss out on the next video.